So the names I have listed here, there's two names I'm going to take off. Well, there's one name I'm going to take off for sure. Kiana James. I feel like there's just literally zero reason to talk about her. Obviously, she got hurt, so can't really mention too much of her. And I'm going to talk about her. I hate that I have to talk about her because it feels just so wrong. But Isla Dawn is also a name on here. I have Alba Fire as well because they technically did get called up in 2023, but they weren't like ever on the roster. They had like one freaking match on the roster, or like maybe like, I don't even think they got a match on the roster, actually. They weren't officially called up until like they won the dang NXT tag belts. I mean, the women's tag belts from Jade and Bianca. So, yeah, I'm not going to grade them for it. Well, actually, no, let's go ahead and stay there. We have Alba, we have Isla. For Isla Dawn, I'm going to say I'm giving this a... Oh, man, it's so hard to say because it's like you got the NXT. I mean, I keep saying NXT. You got the women's tag belts, but you didn't really do much with them. It's kind of the same thing as Alba, but I feel like Alba's grade is going to be a lot different than Isla's. For Isla, I'm going to give a C-. The reason why I give a C-, though, is because she came in much later, and speaking of NXT, I think she came in like 2023, and then she eventually formed a team with Alba. And then, started doing some tag teams down at NXT. She eventually got that match with Jade and Bianca. So she was still very, very green. Like she didn't have the experience even in WWE that Alba Fire did. So I'm going to give her a C-. I feel like that's fair. She showed a little bit of something. For some reason, WWE's My GM Mode has her as a 15 when it comes to ring experience. I don't get that at all. It's the most confusing thing ever. I think her mic work is like a 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 5. I think it might be like a 3 out of 5. Actually, it might be a 4 out of 5. Unless they lowered it in 25, but I think 24 was a 4 out of 5. We didn't really get to see much from her. Sadly, we kind of always just seen like we only seen Alba and I love Alba. Alba Fire is one of my favorite freaking wrestlers on the roster, but we mainly just seen Alba talking, not much of Isla. So I'm gonna give her a C-. As far as Alba Fire, I'm giving her a D. This has been horrible. This has been some of the worst booking of a former NXT UK Women's Champion, of somebody that just showed so much potential to be an absolute star, of somebody that I feel is in, like I said last episode, in a similar vein to Zelina Vega, in the sense of she just has everything and they're just not doing anything with her. And now we just said, hey, well, you know what, our goth chicken Blair left, let's go find our other goth chick in Alba and just put her in the group. It could have literally been Tatum Paxley. We really needed a goth chick. So I hate what we've done with Alba. It's so disgusting to me. We've done absolutely nothing with her. We haven't really given her a singles push the entire year. We barely gave her a singles push in NXT to begin with. She had a chance to be the NXT Women's Champion at one point in time. Actually, wait, she might have been actually, Alba Fire was in NXT a lot longer because Alba Fire, my bad, Isla Dawn, because Alba Fire was set to dethrone Mandy Rose, and then Mandy Rose got dethroned that was 2022. Yeah, because Alba Fire was going to dethrone Mandy Rose, but then Isla Dawn got involved in the match, and I'm still sick about it to this day because Alba Fire should have been the NXT Women's Champion, but I think they were always setting up for Roxanne Perez. They were just kind of giving it a bit more time because she was definitely looking absolutely phenomenal when she was coming up from ROH by being the very first ever Ring of Honor Women's Champion. So, yeah, but we've just done nothing with Alba Fire. I'm giving her a D. It's just so nasty what we've done with her. She's somebody, like I said, if she was in AEW, TNA, Ring of Honor, she would be a women's champion very quickly. I don't think she would be women's champion over Athena, but TNA and AEW, I could definitely see Alba Fire getting that belt off of Toni Storm at some point in time. So, yeah, I'm giving her a D. As far as Blair Davenport, because I did just speak about her, I really want to talk about, well, okay, I want to grade her, and then I want to also grade all of Unholy Union that should have also been Blair Davenport. Let me actually go there first. That was a complete F. Unholy Union was garbage. Not garbage, my bad. The booking was garbage. You had the chance of creating Unholy Union, an actual trio, and said, no, we're not doing it. You teased it and everything, but just because the crowd wasn't super hyped up for it, you said, can't do it. To me, so stupid. I would have definitely gave them more chances. I would have allowed them to actually build something for themselves. But it feels like WWE has been struggling to push anybody that's not already a superstar. Excuse me, I had the hiccups really bad. But it feels like they've just been struggling to push anybody that's not already a superstar. And it sucks because I feel like that trio would have just been so fantastic, man. They all had like a similar aura to each other. I think they would have been a perfect faction to be the tag team champions. They just really, 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 really wanted Jade and Bianca to have those belts back. Now, as far as Blair Davenport, I hate what they did with Blair Davenport. You know, I don't hate having black hair. I love having black hair because it's absolutely beautiful. I hate the fact though that because black hair, or with our hair, a lot of the oils kind of like build up and get they're not able to come off of your hair as easily as straighter hair does. So a lot of times people think I'm scratching because I got lice in my hair or something like that. No, I'm scratching because I just cleaned my hair a while ago. But because of it, you gotta scrape off some of that stuff, and it leaves got kind of like a cut in a sense, so it starts itching real bad. So it really, really freaking sucks that I do that. It's you got lice? No, I ain't got no dang lice. I never had no dang lice, man. Even though I grew up in the hood, I was still clean. That's a bar right there. But no, it's I'll be scratching my head. I'll be ow. I'll be feeling the cuts, and I'm oh, yeah, there's a cut there because I had to freaking scrape off freaking oils that's or whatever the actual word is. I forgot the name of the actual word, but yeah, no, I absolutely just hate that fact because it's so freaking annoying. But as far as Blair Davenport, I'm giving her. This is another hard one to grade. I'm going to say you called her up so dang quickly, man. I'm giving this one an F. I'm giving it an F. You brought her over from AEW. You sent her down to NXT. You had her there for a year or two at most, and you just really did nothing with her on NXT, nor did you do anything with her on the main roster as well. You gave her a feud with Naomi and put literally zero story into that feud. You eventually, like I said, you had her be in that little trio for literally 5 seconds with Unholy Union, and you just did nothing with that either. And then you released her. You released her because you did nothing with her. That is insane. How the heck do you do that? There's no actual way you could do that. It's stupid. You didn't give somebody a chance. Oh, no, my bad. You gave somebody a chance to prove they're a superstar, but because you didn't give them any kind of story to prove it, nor did you really even give them any kind of build up to being, on the roster, you just said, well, yeah, we said sink or swim and you sunk, and it's really our fault, but we're gonna blame you by firing you. Yeah, no, Blair Davenport's booking was a complete F. I hate what they did with her. It's such a slap in the face, man, because I feel like her V-trigger was coming on so well, and I really would have loved to have seen more with her and just seen what they really could have done with her. She's one of my favorite wrestlers to use in the 2K games as well. I know it's 2K, so it's a video game. It's a very bad company too, by the way, but I just would have loved to have seen more with Blair because I feel like Blair has a lot. I don't know if Blair goes back to AEW. I don't know if she goes to TNA. I would love to see her go to TNA. Did my hat fall? No, my hat did not fall. I would love to see her. I heard something right now. I don't know what the heck that was. But I would love to see her go back to TNA. Go to TNA. I would love to see her go to Ring of Honor. I think especially once Athena's done there, you could potentially have her do some big things there. Man, I feel so bad for Blair Davenport, man. She did not deserve the treatment that she was given. And speaking of someone that does not deserve the treatment that they were given, next up, Carmelo Hayes. This has been some of the worst booking of a wrestler that I have ever seen. And I don't care what anybody says about he's gone up against Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes and some of the top talent. Buddy, his only actual wins where he didn't cheat to win were the roll up that he stole against Randy Orton, which I don't mind that, but you didn't really do anything with them afterwards. Money in the Bank, he kind of showed out a little bit. Okay, let me say it better like this. After about Money in the Bank, the booking got weird because you put him into a feud with Andrade, but built no real story around it other than us having to say it's two guys going for the United States Championship. You built no story. Zero. We had to build that ourselves. You didn't even have these guys have promo. You had promos, but it was always just a I'm better than you thing. Like, could we get a little more there? Could we get, I don't know. But I mean, and maybe not everyone needs to be the most deepest. I can agree with that. But you did all this 7 games, and you ruined game 7. And you ruined game 7. Why? Why did you ruin game 7? What the heck was the point of doing that? Why would you give us 6 matches and allude to a 7th match and it gets ruined? I think it was actually twice. Did it not get ruined twice by LA Knight? So, like, come on, man. Why would you do this? It's just, oh, man. It was so bad for LA Knight. I mean, for Carmelo Hayes. And then we thought he was going to be the guy to throw on LA Knight. You didn't do that. You put it on Shinsuke. Did absolutely nothing with Shinsuke. If you weren't going to do anything with Shinsuke, why not just put it on Carmelo Hayes then? You didn't do anything with Braun Breaker, yet you gave him 2 dang title runs. Why the heck do you put it on Carmelo Hayes? And, I mean, why do you not put it on Carmelo Hayes and actually, not do anything with him either? Just give him the dang belt so at least, he and Tiffany Stratton and Braun Breaker and Lyra Valkyria, all your big names coming from NXT, all got the whole gold. No, Carmelo Hayes the one guy not to hold gold. And if I really wanted to, be funny about it, so Carmelo Hayes, Tiffany Stratton, Braun Breaker, and Lyra Valkyria all get called up at the same time, or around the same time. Only one of those, the one guy, the one person who looks completely different than the others, he can't win one. Oh, he can't win one. But the other ones can win can win Money in the Bank and the Women's Championship, 2 IC titles, and a dang being the inaugural IC champion. Okay. Yeah, no, complete BS. I am going to say, though, because at least you did put him against some of the top guys, like a Cody, like a Randy. I think actually got 2 matches against Cody. You put him against Jimmy. I'm going to say it's been a C- as well. I think it could have been so much. Oh, you know what? Actually, wait, hold on. No, I'm gonna lower this. Because now we have Melo Don't Miz, and you ain't even pushing it. You're not even really pushing the team. We don't see Miz helping Melo at all. We don't see Melo helping Miz. I don't understand that. So yeah, I'm gonna say actually a D+. I feel like this has also been a D+. But if Melo Don't Miz becomes a bigger thing in WWE this year, okay, then I'm a bit happy. I'm a bit happier, and maybe I would pick that rating up from like a D+ to like a C+, because I think if you put them in a tag team and they win tag team gold and they become like a really, really big, obnoxious tag team, I love that. I absolutely love that for Carmelo. I think Carmelo Hayes would do perfect, getting a bit of a slow burn. But also, I will say, the other reason why I give Carmelo Hayes such a low rating, because I did bring up the blackness a second ago, I hate the black freaking story of the black guy's got to struggle to get to the top, and then, well, it's a black person. The black person's got to struggle to get to the top, and then once they finally get to the top, everybody loves it because, hey, that's the black story right there. No black person likes that story. No, let me say that again. No black person that has actually thought for 2 seconds and didn't start shucking and jiving for folks, no black person likes that dang story. It's one of the worst stories that can ever be told, because it's just, it literally lets us know that you see the racism and you don't care. You don't care. You're like, you know what? I just don't care to even care about it. So you know what? Go ahead and keep struggling. I like it. I'm going to write stories about you struggling too. So dang stupid. But I just spoke about Braun Breaker. So let's go on next to Braun Breaker, Braun Breaker is a weird one because he was so hyped up. Braun Breaker was hyped up to be the next big thing, and I think a lot of people thought it was going to be a lot earlier than it was, including myself, because of the way that they were really pushing Braun Breaker. So I will say that because he probably didn't live up to a lot of people's hype, I would lower his grade. It's not going to be anywhere in the A's. And then what makes me lower his grade even further, which kind of affects his B, which kind of affects, like, I guess, B standing, is because you ain't really shown the guy off much. You give him segments every now and then, but it's like, if he's one of your futures, why do you not push him the same way you shove Tiffany Stratton down our throats? Like, we see her every single dang week. We see, and mind you, she was in a big storyline, but Braun Breaker, I feel, has a brighter future and more of a chance to be the face of the division than Tiffany Stratton does. I think Roxanne's coming in. You have Stephanie and Julia coming in. You also have Jada Parker coming up. You have Kalani Jordan coming up, who I think is already better than Tiffany Stratton. You have Sol Ruka coming up, who I think is already better than Tiffany Stratton. So it's like you have so many of them coming up. You have Rhea still there. Bianca's going to be around for a few more years. So it's like, I don't think she has as big of a chance as Braun Breaker to be like the face of the company or even the face of the division. So it's like, why do you not give Braun Breaker that chance? If he's your guy, if he's a guy that you have so much faith in, the guy that even Paul Heyman has said he has so much belief in to be one of the top stars, why do you not show him off more? Why does this IC title run look so mid? Why did his past one look so mid? Like, why was the best thing about Braun Breaker's IC title run was getting cooked on the mic by Jey Uso? Like, why have we just done nothing with this guy? We started pushing an AJ Braun Breaker feud, but we just completely went away from that. Unless we're gonna have Braun Breaker in like a fatal whatever match at WrestleMania against AJ Styles, Logan Paul, Finn Balor, or Dominic Mysterio, or maybe even both of them, and Braun Breaker and Penta, and whoever the heck else is going to be in this dang match, because it is going to be Multi-Mania on the 19th and the 20th, man. Oh, my gosh. Stand Deliver, multi-weekend, because Stand Deliver is about to have multiple multi-person matches as well. But it's like we did nothing with Braun Breaker. We did give him 2 IC titles, so at least we're showing that, hey, everybody, this is the guy to watch out for. Already within a year, got 2 IC titles. It's pretty quick, huh? Yeah, you like that. You beat Sami Zayn. This is the same guy that beat Gunther. You like that, huh? Took it to the second time, but you like that, though, huh? So it's like, I'm going to give Braun Breaker's booking a B- because I feel like early on, they didn't do nearly as much. In the middle, especially around like the Sammy time, they did a lot more. I do think Ilya's injury is also what hurt Braun Breaker's standing, or Braun Breaker's kind of run as well, because he probably supposed to feud with Braun at some point, or Ilya was supposed to dethrone Braun so Braun could feud with Gunther at some point. So I will say that I understand that the injuries might have played a part into things. And then you just also had the fact that Braun Breaker really didn't do anything in the second run either. So that's really what hurts it for me. But at least he's been shown off a bit more over the past few weeks. So I'm going to give him a B- at the very most. I don't think it could be anything above a B- in my opinion. I would even be hard pressed to say a C+. So yeah, I don't necessarily like the booking, but I'm not completely mad about it, because at least you're not shoving him down our throats, and you're doing it like how they did with Roman, how they did with Cody, how they did, and I love Cody and Roman, but they definitely did force these guys onto us so many times. But speaking of Ilya Dragunov, I'm gonna be fair with this rating, and I'm gonna give him I'm giving him an A. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, A-. I'll say A-, because we didn't see the most from Ilya. But he did get hurt. The guy got hurt, but before he did get hurt, though, I loved what I was seeing from Ilya. I think a lot of people were surprised that Ilya would be so over on the main roster as he was. He was able to get over. He looked phenomenal in his matches against Shinsuke, against Braun Breaker. I think he had a match against Ricochet as well. Somebody else was a high flyer, but it might have been, actually, I think it was like a multi-man match with Ricochet and Braun Breaker. He just looked great on the roster, and I'm super excited for the future of Ricochet. Well, I'm also excited for the future of Ricochet. I think he's doing absolutely phenomenal work. I love saying the word phenomenal, man. That's how you know I'm an AJ Styles fan. That sounded so Gen Z right there. What the heck? But Ilya Dragunov, I'm giving him an A-. I could hear out an A-. Okay, I could definitely hear out an A-. I could even hear out at the lowest a B+. But from what he's shown within just like a few months, I'm super excited for the future of Ilya Dragunov. I think he's going to be a star. I think he could be a multi-time world heavyweight champion. I think he could be a guy that really carries, whether it be the IC or the US title division. I think he has star written all over him. He's an excellent ring worker as well. And his mic work is pretty dang good too. So I'm giving him an A-. Now, to go on over to the women's side of things, I think those are my last 2, right? Let me just make sure. Yep. We're going to start with Lyra Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria is a weird one because they shoved her down our throats early on. We had to see her be the number 2 in King and Queen of the Ring. She was number 2 in Queen of the Ring, not King of the Ring. That would have been crazy for her to face Gunther, but I mean, she'd be a lot more interesting than Gunther. the Gunther hate train. Check it. Choo choo. But Lyra Valkyria got shoved down our throats, but she did at least show that she has talent. She's an excellent ring worker. I don't care what anybody says. Mic work wise, it's been bearable. I'm not gonna say it's been bad by any means. I won't. I think it's been bearable. Her character work has not been the greatest. I think she might be a better heel, though. Maybe we gotta wait and see what happens with her as a heel. Her aura, her charisma, it's non-existent. That woman ain't got a charismatic bone in her body. She could be next to Jeff Hardy and Jey Uso. Heck, she could get blood from Jeff Hardy and Jey Uso, and she will still not have a charismatic drop in her body. It's so just, oh man, like the reason why she has no aura is because she has zero charisma, and it sucks because I really did like her in NXT. I thought she was amazing. I loved watching her against Roxanne. I loved watching her against Becky. I loved watching her against Indy. I loved watching her against, was that Candice? It might have been Candice. Yeah, I think Lyra Valkyria has a lot of potential. I just don't know what that potential is. I don't know if it's a potential mid-card star, if it's a potential just mid-card kind of dweller. Maybe she'll get a title here and there, but for the most part, she's not really going to get much. Is it a thing of she got to leave the company, come back to really rebuild herself? Or does she actually have potential to be in that WWE Women's Champion, Women's World Champion picture? I personally don't see that right now with this charisma. Her charisma is very just, nope, it is not interesting at all. I am super bored. So I don't know what to really give her though, because I feel like the booking has been great for Lyra. They've been pushing her. They have been giving her every single opportunity they can give her. Heck, Carmelo Hayes can't get these though, but they have been giving her every single opportunity. And she just can't do it. So I'm going to say the booking wise, it's been like a B+ at like the worst. Like if you really wanted to say, you know what? I'll give it a B because you put her around Pure Fusion Collective and that just drains so much from her. So I would say B-. I could hear a B+. I could also hear a C+. I will not hear anything above or below that. But I also think in terms of just Lyra overall, I'm giving her an F. I'm giving her an F from her point of view because my goodness, can you get some charisma? Can you be interesting? You're over here doing a freaking Toni Storm's thing, but you can't be as interesting as Toni Storm. Also, she should replace that as well. I think so many people see it and they're not. The majority of WWE fans probably do like AEW or probably at least seen enough of AEW to know this is Toni. Why are you doing it? I understand that like you're two different companies, but you're taking something from one of the biggest stars in another company. Stop. It doesn't even fit you. Switch up the dang thing. Flap your freaking wings. Or get rid of the wings. I don't really care for them. Clearly nobody does. I'm not trying to be rude to her and her like her culture and all that, but clearly nobody cares about the wings. Okay, so either A, turn heel, maybe everybody would care about them because you got the whole dark persona going on, but you're trying to be like a hero and all that. Doesn't really work. You're not Zora from Black Clover or however you say his name. I think it is Zora. Yeah. You're not Zora, you're not Notch, you're not any of these guys, okay? So either turn heel or get some dang charisma. So F for her. B- by WWE. I'm gonna, it's my side of things. I gotta pick a side though as well, and I'm gonna be saying that I'm giving her a B, only because I feel like she's actually been booked properly. I think everything that's happened with her up to again, besides the Pure Fusion Collective stuff, and even then, at least you put her up against a heel group. Everything else has been actually really dang good in my opinion. Now, we are on to Miss Tiffy time. It's Tiffy time. Oh my gosh, man. Let me be clear when I say this. I'm going to try to be as unbiased as possible because I don't like Tiffany Stratton. I think that everything she's gotten, she does not deserve just yet. It is way too early. I hope they don't push Roxanne this quick. And I hope since Tiffany got it, Jade better get that dang belt within like a few months. If Charlotte wins it, Jade better beat her within like 3-4 months for that belt. But when it comes to Tiffany Stratton, I liked it early on. I thought the booking with the character and all that stuff, the character fit her. She was playing it to a T. Then you changed her up and started making her a bit of a face. And I just did not care for it. Ash thought it was really, really, really bad. I didn't understand why you went in the direction you went. I would have preferred for her to kind of continue being the same character she is, a spoiled little princess. I don't know why you went away from that kind of character. It was actually getting over with even Ash, who, like they just said, does not really care for Tiffany Stratton that much. So I don't know why you went away from the character. So I don't know. And then like you just had like the weird win over Nia. I didn't like it too much. Then you kind of started like just the recent stuff has been weird too. It's just not felt that great. I'm going to say overall, I'm going to give her a C. The reason why I'm giving the booking a C is because I think you should have just kept the original character she came in with. It was 10 times better. I don't know why you went away from it. I don't know why you did this whole thing with her and Nia where you had her say, see, I was just playing you guys because you guys thought I was dumb because I'm a blonde. But in reality, I'm actually smarter than every one of you. Like, no. You had a money in the bank. You had a money in the bank briefcase. Gosh, so hard to say those words right back to back. I remember I was making a video on it. I could not do it. I kept saying bank case. Sasha Banks got a briefcase. I just could not do it. But you had a briefcase. You had like 30 chances to cash in. You literally had Nia taken out at Money in the Bank and just said, at Survivor Series and just said, well, I'm going to act like I'm going to cash in on Liv. And then everybody gets away so you could potentially cash in on Nia, but you're just like, yeah, no, never mind. If you were really as smart as you claimed you'd be, you would have cashed in on Nia at that point. You would have cashed in on Nia at Crown Jewel. Why did you wait? I don't get it. It was stupid. No, I'm giving her a C for her overall booking. I think this class has been overall booked pretty poorly in my opinion. I don't know. I don't know how you have all these incoming stars and you're just like, yeah, no, I'm not going to try to book them a lot better so that people can actually like them. Instead, I'm going to shove one of them. I'm going to shove two of them down your throats. One of them don't got charisma. The other one ain't got no mic skills to save her life. I'm not ever going to show off Braun Breaker. I'm going to make Carmelo Hayes look like a dang jobber. I'm going to have him struggling against the likes of R-Truth and Akira Tozawa. No offense to either one of those guys. No. This class has been booked horribly. I hope the booking going forward for them is a lot better. I seen somebody actually make a really good case that WWE as of recent been pushing a lot of older guys, and maybe they do need to tone it back a bit, especially in that mid-card division, and really start pushing more of the younger guys and at least giving them chances to hold these belts earlier on instead of, doing the jobber work or barely showing them off or stuff like that.